All right, we're giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakakadash. We're saying double honors to our apostles and elders, Harry Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect. So this is from the Wall Street Journal. The title actually caught my eye like a day or two ago, and it was put up June 6, 2024. We in June. And it was titled, it says, want to pay cash that'll cost you extra. So this story is actually going around. We'll just read it. It says, from ballpark hot dogs to parking tickets, more cash payments are coming with a fee. When Noah Kamala recently tried to pay cash for popcorn and soda at a Yankee stadium, his mighty dollars struck out. The stadium's concession stand no longer take cash. An employee directed him to a kiosk that could convert his greenbacks into plastic. Kamala, 41 years old, fed $200 into the reverse ATM, which subtracted a $3.50 fee that spat out a debit card with a balance of $196.50. Paying for anything in New York is expensive already, said Kamala, who lives in the city. If you add on top of that extra fees for being able to pay for food, that's not right, he said. Paying with cash used to be a way to get a discount. These days, it can often cost an extra $1 to $6, the sort of transaction fees once limiting to swiping a credit card using an out-of-work ATM. Reverse ATMs like those at a Yankee stadium are now common at cashless venues and restaurants across the country as a way to cater to those who prefer paying in cash. People who want to pay their parking tickets, tolls, taxes, phone bills in cash, meanwhile, often learn that government agencies and businesses have outsourced that option to companies that usually charge a fee. All that can amount to a penalty on the people who prefer paying cash. Though it is more common to buy things with cards and mobile devices, cash remains the third most popular way to pay, accounting for 16% of all payments in 2023, according to the Federal Reserve. That's down 2 percentage points from the year before, continuing a steady decline that's accelerated during the pandemic. Quote, it's unbelievable that we actually have to tell retailers this is U.S. currency and is something that should be accepted, said Jonathan Alexander, executive director of the Consumer Choice and Payment Coalition, a group of businesses and nonprofits lobbying for the continued acceptance of cash. How much more is there? Not much more. Says there aren't federal laws that require businesses to accept cash. States like New York, Colorado, and Rhode Island ban cashless retail establishments after many stores shifted to card-only transactions to reduce the spread of the 19, speed up transactions, and cut back on theft. In 2023, a bill that maintained that cash should be continued to be accepted payment option at American businesses was introduced in the House of Representatives. It hasn't passed. So here you see the beginning, the gradualism, the penalties to push people to the agenda, which is to now not use cash. And now you're getting penalized as a fee. So guess what that means? People eventually are going to what? Not start paying cash, not using cash when they go to those Yankee games because of the penalty. To say, look, we no longer take cash. And here it is, you in Babylon, you in America. Cash was the original way. And now you can be penalized for not using something digital, for not swiping. That's gradualism. All pushing people to be comforted to what? Not using cash at all and going everything digital. Indeed, when you use cash, you normally get a discount. Like if you was to go buy a vehicle, to skip the down payment, to skip the interest and the monthly payment, all that, you could offer cash and you can knock a few grand off. So if you wanted to buy a car for if a car was worth $1,500, you can come there with probably $1,200 and get it cash, and they'll say, okay, it's cool, right? Because you skipping the middleman here, and they getting their money now. But as you can see, they're starting to penalize you for it. all leading up to what? The mark of the beast. And this article was published in June. And just one scripture, I like the scripture, Proverbs 12:16. It says, "A lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment." And this is the verse where you get, in a different translation, where you get the saying, as it says in the NLT, "Truthful words stand the test of time, but lies are soon exposed." So starting, with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, we've already been telling you for a long time that mark of the beast is indeed the RFID microchip. It's attached to the beast system, which is the image of the beast, which goes back to the Roman Empire. And when you look at how the Roman Empire operated, first and foremost, they had an emperor. They went from a democracy to an emperor. So everything was decided by one person. No longer was things decided by people, which is really never decided by people anyway. So they shift the power from the people, which really never had it, into the hands of what? One. In this society, they're shifting the power from the so-called people to what? The hands of a few, which are going to be your international bankers, the wicked elite. Monitoring every move you make and every transaction you make. They want everything and everybody watched. They want everything controlled. And they will use any means necessary to establish this, even by sabotage. So when you hear about boats crashing into bridges, farms catching on fire, chicken farms catching on fire, lakes getting chemically defiled by derailed trains, those aren't accidents. That's intentional. To force everybody to move into certain areas, to shop at certain places, to buy foods, all coming from the same people. They're trying to monopolize everything, and they will do any means necessary, including sabotage, to force you into this agenda. And the people know it. That's why they're fighting back. These things that's happening aren't coincidences. These are steps ahead to push you into what? Compliance, herd-like mentality. When they bring that chip, which is the RFID microchip technology, using radio frequency identification and near field communication, they're going to push that all transactions are going to be digital, with cash being completely excluded. And once you get comfortable with that idea, soon your transactions will be monitored and blocked unless you pay by chip. That's how they're going to force you into that. We've been telling you this, and this is starting to come to pass. Now they're setting up transactions to penalize people for paying cash. And all the while, they still will punish you for paying debit and credit. Look, I just came from the DMV, and they tell you the same thing. Oh, you want to pay card? There's going to be an extra 1.5%. Knowing full well, 9 times out of 10, the chances of people coming in there with cash is going to be slim to none. But that's how they get you. So you're going to be penalized all the way around, and now they're going to try to penalize you for using cash. They're beginning to push these steps in to push you towards the comfort of paying by digital. And when they bring that chip, you're going to see. That's why I said the lip of truth shall be established forever. Truthful words shall stand the test of time. So all the people who gainsay what we and come against what we say with the chip, what the mark of the beast is, it all boils down to we're gonna see. And everything we're saying is slowly come to pass. So, and the lying tongue is but for a moment. So those who speak against the chip, you're gonna see what they're gonna start saying when this chip starts to come to pass. When they start to implement digital currency and push away the dollar, so that they can monitor everything. They hate cash because they can't track it. So you're going to see. So be prepared to see more transactions like this in the future. Shalom.